All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Dollars and Dreams podcast. I got my boy Alexis here. We met through TikTok. It's almost like Tinder, but better.
Yeah.
We were just talking about this a little bit earlier, but that's what I was looking for. Initially, when I was looking for videographers like yourself, that's how I found you.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wait, man, this man's posting content about personal branding and stuff like that. Like, I don't have to teach him anything. And that's how I clicked in. I was like, he's saying a lot of the stuff that I'm already saying, but I say it in private or I say it to video, but never like out there for videographers to hear. What's one question that you really get a lot, like when people are in your DMs?
A lot of videographers have an issue finding leads. But the real problem is that I come to find out, like once I start digging a little bit, is like a lot of videographers don't know who their client is. Like video is like a very like fluid thing.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of videographers, they do weddings, they do music videos, they do branding, they do product, they do all this shit. I curse, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
They do all this shit, and they don't really know who they service. So if you don't know who you service, you don't know where to find them, you don't know how to pitch them, you don't know how to close them, you don't know how to retain them. So yeah, I mean, can't find leads because you don't know who the fuck your leads are.
Absolutely. Do you tell them like what's an onboarding call look like for you? Like, do you like tell them to niche down, like what gear they're using?
Nah, so I mainly focus on like the business side of video, because I feel like there's enough YouTubes out there for shooting, for like gear stuff, right? So if someone has any of those type of questions, I'm like, just hop on YouTube, whatever. But if the business side of things, the first onboarding call is like, I figure out mainly who they have worked with before, like what type of videos they've done before, what they like doing, meaning like what do they see themselves doing 10 years from now?
Right.
And then from there, we kind of craft together like what their offer looks like how their pitch is going to look like, and then from there just growing their business.
How many students do you have right now?
So right now we have about 25 total. We have 7 that have graduated.
No
25
way.
currently in the program. Yeah.
So what does graduation look like?
Pretty much graduation is they just built their business to the point where they can hire either a shooter or it all depends like where they're at, but usually a shooter or someone to help them manage, like a project manager.
Yeah, just for the FBI watching, we don't mean actual shooters. We're talking about videographers.
Right.
I literally have to like specify on that, especially through text. You never know. I noticed that you have a tattoo on your leg. What does that mean?
So I was a big Nipsey fan. So Nipsey, his like his real name was Eremias, and that was like an African name for like God will rise. So I just kind of put it on my leg, God will rise, homage to Nipsey, a little bit of
yeah.
It was my first tattoo actually.
No way.
Yeah, and I was gonna get it here, and the tattoo artist was like, "Yo, it's too small. Like, do you want to like go here?" And I was like, "Fuck it, the first one, like, might as well." So
you have more?
Yeah, I got like right here, self-taught and flawed, which is I copied this from another videographer in LA. That's like his motto. So I copied it, I put this here. Then I have like an angel on my neck. I was going for like the Pharrell tattoo.
Yeah.
I was trying to do that. Trying to copy him. But we couldn't find like a good enough photo, so we just got like a different angel on my neck. So
yeah, no, I get you on the copying. I got this one from you know that one YouTube called Yes Theory?
No.
So Yes Theory is basically a group of like four guys, right? And they're in Cali, and they get together and they start a YouTube channel, and it's very raw. Like all the footage is very raw, very jumpy and stuff like that. And they get together and they basically go out of their way to put themselves in very uncomfortable social like
Oh wow.
like stuff. So it's like almost like going up to like random girls like from Tinder and be like, hey, listen, can we go on a date? Setting up the whole date, have your boys like set up the whole thing.
Yeah.
And they kept leading up every episode of different things. They're the one that they started that fake trend of Justin Bieber eating the burrito sideways.
Okay.
So that's them. They did that whole thing. And then
Yo, you know what I almost did yesterday? Speaking of like awkward social settings, like so me and my girl had date night. We went to like some comedy show. But when I was like looking for shit to do, they had like speed dating.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost told her like, yo, we should come here because like I always figured that should be funny as fuck.
That'd be so much fun.
But we never did it. But
I think it's interesting. I think dating like in the sense of like, yo, imagine fast. You have
got
to sell
30
yourself.
seconds.
In,
Yeah.
30 seconds. Like,
elevator pitch.
Yeah, damn. Like I don't even know what to say.
I'll just go for like the most awkward shit. That's like what I would do. Like everyone just
be like, yo, I just cheat on all my relationships, like, like shit like that. But nah, man. So basically, they did that, but they also did. They're known for getting Will Smith to jump a bungee jump out of a helicopter.
I think I saw that.
So that's their channel basically.
Okay.
So they keep testing it. So it's called Seek Discomfort. So I know you've seen Iconic is that one brand that does a painting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were having literally a conversation just like this, and the guy's like, "You won't get that tatted." He's like, "Right when this video's done, they cut to it and they get tatted." So I was like, "Damn, you know what? I'm gonna go do it."
Damn.
And shit like that, man. Like that inspires me and whatnot. Just like on the jump.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. What so like what how long you been doing video?
Dude, not long. Everyone thinks I've been doing it for such a long time.
It's not long.
It's gonna be like 2.5 years now.
Were you doing it full time 2.5 years?
Yeah, 2.5, like raw dogging. Because before that, I did social media management.
Okay.
So I would always hire videographers.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Like one time I was like, you know what? I can't find anyone. Got my own gear for the day, and I was like, I got it done. And I was like, damn, this is not saying easy, but
it's doable.
It is very doable.
Yeah.
It's just like I already know the business side of things.
Yeah.
The whole lens. I had to, like when most videographers are obsessed with gear.
Yeah.
Never understood it. Like,
you know what's crazy is I same exact thing with me. Like I didn't know. I learned the business side first.
Yeah.
And then I figured out all the gear after.
Yeah.
I still don't know. Like if you ask me like super technical shit, I don't know.
I wouldn't. I'll be on the phone with someone and they'll be like, "Oh, like the frame rate," and I'm just like, I don't know. Like,
yeah. Nah, I know the frame rate. That's like a little easier, but
like as long as it looks good for me, I'm just like it works. Because no matter what, it's all going on social, right? Right now everything's going on social. Like I don't think I had an argument earlier with them, and I'm like, horizontal. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Like unless
they're
YouTube.
like for the art.
Yeah, like they're obsessed with the art, and that's fine. You know, like I'm obsessed with it too, but I think it doesn't convert as well as people think it does. You know,
well, horizontal.
Like no,
or
like
just the art,
like art of videography anymore. It's dying down.
Yeah, people don't. I'm trying to figure out
gravitate towards it. Like
it just doesn't. It's just not worth. And I'm gonna say this very carefully. Like it's not worth the amount of time, energy, and effort. It just doesn't. At least for a business, it just doesn't quite convert. It's not worth it. Like
the Sam Colder effect. Like how like it looks amazing, stuff like that. But
but if it's not selling anything, it's worthless.
Yeah.
But so like again, I'm careful with that because there are ways you can use that to sell shit, but it doesn't work for everything.
Yeah, it's very niche.
Right? Yeah, it's very niche. So you just got to be careful with like how, even like the what's the guy's name? That he's the one that did like the whip transitions for when people are cooking. It does like the he's like a
Daniel.
Yeah. Like even his like style of shooting.
Yeah.
It looks great, but it just doesn't translate to like you can't use that for everything.
Yeah.
It's like a very specific.
Well, that's the thing. Like so, like with videographers, like you get a camera. You know, you get so hyped up with shooting like like Sam Cole, that's Peter McKinnon, like
right,
all them, right? And you get so obsessed with it, and then like it's like you're out in the real world. You're like, how do I use this?
Yeah, or not even that. It's just like all that stuff that takes all that effort. When you and this is the problem with a lot of videographers when they try to price it out, they like you're charging $200 for like that shit. It's like it's not. You got to charge more. Dude, like, putting all this effort, but in order to get someone to buy at a higher price point, you got to go for higher clients, and that's where a lot of videographers fuck up at. They don't know how to reach the people who are willing to spend $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10,000 for that type of video. So they get trapped selling those type of videos to their homies or the local businesses for like $200, $300, $400, $500, and they end up watering down the craft.
When's the last time you set a portfolio?
Actually, a few weeks ago, but before that, years.
Right.
Honestly,
social media, right, all the way.
Yeah, it's not social media. I just usually like when people want to know like when I approach a client, usually what I send is more so like stats, like views, views, engagement, how much we save them on the ad spend, how many clients convert. Like that's what I send them. And that's usually all they need.
Yeah,
to be honest with you.
That's smart.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I sent a portfolio like a few weeks ago, and even that was like, maybe I'm a little spoiled, but I was like, "Fuck, really? Like, I gotta fucking send you this?"
Yeah, no, I just had yesterday I had a one-on-one with a client. He's like, "Yeah, shoot me over your portfolio." And I was like, "I haven't done that.
Yeah.
I don't even have one." And I'm crazy. I was like, "I've been doing this for like 2 years. I don't even have a portfolio."
Yeah.
My social media, bro. Just look at it.
Yeah, I think it also depends what type of video you do as well.
This is true. This is true. I
Yeah.
feel like working with entrepreneurs, we've been doing that whole transition where we're doing more text to audio, basically.
It's like personal branding stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, more of that. But I haven't done lifestyle in a minute. I'm gonna lie.
Yeah. Yeah. I've done, so like what I do now is I mainly work on personal branding. So I focus more on like video, but more so on like communication, like how you say things, the proper. So it's a little bit of mix of like copywriting
And psychology behind
and
it.
psychology and video. That's like what I do now. But as far as like actual shooting, like commercials and brand stuff, like I've done like recently a few stuff, but not a lot, honestly. It's funny though. What I want to talk to you about is you made a comment the other day. You were like, if you want to know if an entrepreneur is full of shit or a guru's full of shit, talk to his videographer.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen,
how did that, like, is something happened or?
No, absolutely. Listen, I've worked with a lot of entrepreneurs, and one of the biggest thing is I always get DM'd by either past clients, current clients, or people trying to assess them, and they're smart. The people that reach out to me are smart because I'm very honest. I'm never like, it's never just talking shit, but I always tell people, hey, just do your homework, assess it, and just do the ROI. So I'm really big on this. If, for example, Amazon FBA stores, right? A lot of guys sell them down here.
Yeah.
The majority of them are middlemen, all right?
Yeah.
So they have no back-end knowledge. They don't know who's doing distro. They don't know any of that.
Yeah.
So the everyday person, like, like they get so caught up in the social media aspect that they'll buy off them, but then like, 2, 5, 6 months, they're not getting any ROI. So that's one of the biggest things that like because I used to sell them too. And like we had distro, we had the back end and stuff like that. But even then, it's just like, where's the ROI?
Yeah.
And I feel bad about that stuff too. So like now moving forward, I only push products that I'm using myself.
Yeah.
It's a lesson learned, Like I've never I don't like to like burn bridges or anything like that, but I just want to do everything the right way moving forward, I guess.
Yeah. But it's funny though, when I saw that post, I started laughing because like that's literally what I do. Like with everyone I've worked with or work with, I usually reach out to videographer or past videographer just to kind of see like, just
where the relationship left off.
Yeah. Because with like, video, especially with the type of video we've done, like working with entrepreneurs and following them around and stuff like that, we've seen like these guys at their best and at their worst.
Yeah.
So we know the real shit, So
it's interesting because it's like, I feel like it's almost like we don't sign an NDA, but it's like a verbal, just known NDA that we don't tell their stuff out there. And I try to stick to it. But at the same time, I wouldn't want someone to be in the same position that I was before.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
of course. I mean, at the end of the day, though, like, one thing that I always tell people is, like, these gurus or these entrepreneurs or these guys, like, you may look at them a certain kind of way, but they're people at the end of the day.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
So everyone has a bad day. So, like, what I mainly, when people ask me about certain people, the main thing is, like, I'm just like, hey, do they take care of their people? Do they mean well? And do they stay on their word? And that's pretty much.
What's the worst experience you've had?
Nothing crazy, honestly. Nothing crazy. I've had
Going through the list.
Yeah, I am going through the list. I've had a guy. He stopped working with me, and then he started offering my service. Meanwhile,
he white labeled you?
No, like he tried to undercut me. Like he hired some kid to do whatever, paid him pennies on the dollar, and started doing what I was doing. And started pitching that to his entrepreneur buddies. I was a little offended at first, but it's part of the game too. So that's like the worst.
Yeah, no, I got pimped out. Like,
what do you mean pimped? Like white label?
No, I got pimped out. I mean, like, I got a client that I had on retainer, and then he thought because the time that I spent with him like, let's just say, like, you're paying me 3 bands a month.
Yeah.
If I'm not he's like, I don't need you today, but I need you to go do something for me, even though I'm paying you. I'm like, what?
What do you mean, like? What?
So, for example, like, if you're getting a retainer, he
yeah.
assumed because I was on retainer.
You did everything.
Yes.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
All right, so he pimped me out to other people, and I didn't, like, at the time, I didn't know I was getting pimped out.
He was sending you out to shoot other people's
Yeah,
shit.
well, he's like, hey, listen, I don't need me today. Go do that.
Yeah,
And I was just like, wait a second.
Yeah.
No,
that's crazy.
Nah, like.
That's crazy. I had somebody do that one time. Like, I've had somebody.
I understand favors, but, like, jobs? Yes.
But even the favor, when he told me, I said, yeah, but I just didn't show up. I was like, I'm not fucking doing that shit.
Yeah.
It was some stupid, it was like, take pictures of, like, some girl he wanted to fuck, like, her model or some bullshit. I'm like, bro, I'm not going. Like,
yeah, I've done that too. I've had a client to tell me go out with his girlfriend, and I thought that was, like, the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, it's funny.
Like, it's like, just go spend the day with her. You know, like.
So what, just hang out?
Like, yeah, like, he was busy. He's like, go with her, go network, whatever.
Oh, that's different, though. That's cool. Like, I would do that.
Yeah, I was on Adderall, though. Like, I was wired, bro. You ever, like, be working? I was, like, literally, we went to Dirty Rabbit that night. She was off in the tables, and I was there literally building, like, a game plan for the whole month, like, for everything. Yeah. And I get super wired. Like, I don't take a prescription, but I was just like, like, when I got things to do, bro, I gotta knock it out. Yeah,
that's true. But let me ask you this, though. Like, you working with entrepreneurs, do you feel, is it one of the, even with them pimping you out and shit, do you feel like it's one of the worst things you could have done or one of the best things you could have done?
Oh, no, 100% worth it.
Yeah.
So, as much as he pimped me out, bro, I loved every moment of it. And I think it comes down to leverage. So, I leverage relationships all the time. Oh. I'm very big on transactional relationships because they form to something bigger. Yeah. Like, most of my current clients are my best friends now, like, which is crazy. And I feel like my best friends before were not even it's like we couldn't even do business. You know?
Yeah.
So it's weird how it's always, like, backwards. But especially, yeah, dude, I think if you learn how to leverage relationships properly, for instance, you knew the business side before you jumped into it. Mm-hmm. So you knew how to play angles before jumping into, like, doing videography, where somebody doing videography would get played more often. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. Even you know what's funny about that is even in situations where I knew I was getting fucked, I already knew, like, I was just talking to someone about this. I already knew, like, what I was going to use that for.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, he's only going to pay me, let's say, he's only going to pay me $2K to be his bitch. Whatever. That's stupid. But I know, like, me being around him and his network, I'm going to milk that shit for what it's worth. Right. And I'm not going to stay with him forever. So I'm going to, like, suck it up for these few months, do what I got to do, and then get the fuck out and make triple.
Yeah, that's where I'm at, too. So, like, I definitely learn from them.
Yeah.
Like, so if it's...
you get coaching for free.
Yes.
Pretty much you get coached and paid.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You get access. It's almost like whatever industry you want to tap into, you use videography almost like a open the door.
Yo, you're my man right here.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time. Yeah. So it's funny you say that, bro. Like, I never wanted, my dream was not to be a videographer.
Same.
Like, this wasn't, like, my goal. My goal was to do business. I just didn't know how to get in the door. Yeah. Video was just something that I just fell into. And once, like, that's how I got started. Business owners would see, like, some of my shit that I would do. And they're like, yo, you're cool. Like, come help me out with that. Come work for me. And once I saw that, I started, like, that's how I started, like, moving around.
Yeah, figuring out what business and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, like, since you work with entrepreneurs just like I do, is there an investment strategy that you have moving forward? Like basically, for example, like, some of my past clients are, like, crypto guys, trading guys. Okay. Like, have you ever picked up anything from those other industries?
Nah, I actually worked for, one of my clients was a trading coach. He had like a coaching program, and he was a trader, multimillionaire. He crushed. I just never got into it. Yeah. I just kind of, like, eventually I'm going to get into it and shit, but, like, I think I could make $1 million off video, bro.
I think so too.
So I see the path. Yeah. So that's, like, my main focus right now. So just kind of sticking to that. So, and I'm on the way. So
No, 100%. I think it just comes down to like when I access them, it's more like, okay, like I'm gonna continue doing my thing, but then build another avenue.
Yeah.
Like whether it's like I invest like something here and just see what happens, you know?
Yeah. I've thought about that too.
Like
maybe
the passive, like just passive income,
maybe that's something where I gotta like step up on, but like
Yeah.
right now I'm kind of like in tunnel vision mode. So, but yeah, maybe down the road I'll definitely tap in. So,
Have you ever like lost crazy money?
yeah, I invested in Ethereum, and I invested in Doge.
Oh, Dogecoin, the scam
This was
coins?
right before Elon went on SNL.
And he like
So everyone was like, "Yo, he's about to go on SNL. She's about to shoot up."
Mhm.
Nah, bro, I lost like it wasn't crazy. I lost like two, three bands,
Yeah.
like 20.
Twitter's interesting. I'm not on there myself.
Yeah,
But there's a lot of strategies that you can implement because it's like I see
this is the
Twitter as
problem though. Who do you know? How do you know who to listen to?
that's the thing. So it becomes a media outlet.
Yeah,
So it's a volume game. So do you know what buffer is?
yeah.
So yeah, you could just map out like 100 tweets in like one day, chat GPT it,
Oh damn.
and then like literally just send them out every single day. So now it becomes like, oh, it's a volume game. Same thing with content. So like the way I look content, I tell everybody like moving forward, it's you can let's just say you and me, all right? We shoot up somebody's content, we shoot 30 pieces in one day, all right? If they don't have a strategy for distribution, then it's fucking worthless.
When you say strategy though, what do you mean?
Like distribution strategy. So like for example, Instagram, Facebook, like repurposing of content. Sorry. That's how I know a lot of people, but we call it distro because that's you're saying it out.
Yeah.
But most people only utilize that one piece of content one time.
Yeah.
It's like you paid for it, you only use it once. Like how many times can we reuse that piece of content to like we actually like use it?
Yep. So what I do, it's funny you say that. So what I do is like for my clients and even for my own shit, I usually every piece of content we put out, I put it on an Excel sheet and I track how it performs. And if it performs well, we reuse that same content like that a few months down the road, and then from there we usually extract like whether it's a graphic or infographic or like one of those little tweet reel carousel thingies. Like we just keep reusing because at the end of the day, content is just like it's not like how you edit it or the sound effects or the color. That's not the content. The main shit is the perspective you're sharing.
Yeah.
So if you're telling a great story, even hooks don't fucking matter. Like everyone always tries to sell hooks and shit, but like it's really like the story, like what you're solving, what value you're giving. If that's very valuable to the audience, you can reuse that shit a million times, and then you can even create an ad, use that as a template to create an ad and run that as a fucking ad. Like
100%. I think the caption section is a go-to.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to create content. Like just look at your caption section. See what people are saying.
Yeah.
Just respond to that. I feel like TikTok really nailed that down. Like, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Where do you see like video and content going like that in the future?
Damn. I think short form is gonna be long form soon. I know a lot of people say
say long form. Like what is long form?
Like long form vertical. So like TikTok.
But like how long though?
Oh, a minute maybe. A minute. Because we all consume like vertical.
Yeah.
No matter what. So even YouTube, like that, flipping it like that, like like we're posting like this podcast is gonna go on YouTube, but like I noticed that a lot of podcasts are now doing a vertical format for YouTube.
Yeah.
So I was like, I wonder how that works. So I think platform-wise, though, it's got to be like almost like the decentralized stuff. Like freedom of speech needs to be like flowing.
Yeah,
for example,
Instagram is pretty crazy.
Yeah, bro, insane. So everything's like very censored, stuff like that. So I think more people are getting, especially men, I feel, are waking up to like realizing that a lot of it's controlled and whatnot. So I feel like a lot of people might be switching platforms.
Yeah.
Right.
What do you think of like okay, so what do you think videographers need to do to pivot?
It depends client wise though.
Yeah.
It really does. It really depends client wise, but pivot like skill wise or what?
Yeah, like what do you think so for example, like what I always tell people all the time is like videographers should pivot to like strategy.
Yeah,
Because
100%.
like cameras are getting cheaper.
Yeah.
Like everyone can edit now.
Anyone can you can just like anyone with a credit card, bro. Like max
Some of
out
my
their
clients
credit.
shoot their own shit.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like I think you just need to go to strategy.
Yeah, it comes like you're saying so I say distro. So like
Yeah.
if I want clients all over and I don't want to do I have an editing team, but let's just say editing team's handled, client can afford the editing team, cool.
Yeah.
How it's getting out there,
Yeah.
and who's seeing it, that's what matters.
Yeah.
And I think it still does come down to collaborations too.
Yeah.
So like I love brand relationships because you get to leverage an audience.
Yeah.
So for example, like if you're somebody that has like 2,000 followers and you're a videographer, reach out to brands. And if you can even get one and that brand has like 10,000 followers, right?
Yeah.
Then you do integrated collabs on IG or whatever, and then you get to share. It's like 10,000 new people looking at your content.
Yeah.
Almost like, have you seen Bad Bunny's WWE thing?
When he was wrestling on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that.
You know why he did that, right?
No.
So like a lot of white Americans don't know who Bad Bunny is.
Yeah.
They know the music they hear in the clubs, but they don't know who he is. So he's tailoring all his stuff to a new audience now.
Okay.
So that's like, oh, who is this guy, man? Oh, he's a musician? Oh, like, so that's what he's doing. He's creating the question of who he is, right?
Yeah.
And he's answering it, and then he's also creating a spectacle out of it.
Let me ask you this then. What do you think traditional media is still valuable? Like, for example, like would you, if you had a budget of like $5 million,
like a billboard in this?
Yeah, and someone's like, hey, like you could either, with that budget of $5 million, you could either buy billboards, you could run it on social media, or you can buy a Super Bowl commercial. Like, what would you do?
Content and Super Bowl. I wouldn't do billboards.
You can't do both. You got to pick one.
Fuck. Content all the way. I think why? Because it's more personalized.
Yeah.
So billboards are not moving. You can't change it. Once it's out there, whatever the message is.
What about the Super Bowl?
Even though there's a million people looking, sometimes it's still not tailoring to the audience because you only get to say it one time.
But okay, so this is my question to you though, right? And there's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah,
I'm just
100%.
playing devil's advocate. So at the end of the day, what we want with all these content ads, whatever, we want eyeballs. So if we have a guaranteed, I don't know how many people view the Super Bowl. Let's say if we have a guaranteed 10 million eyeballs, wouldn't it be wise to run a Super Bowl ad, like commercial, and have that on your brand?
Absolutely.
So then why would you prefer content over that?
Because you can change it. You could say different things multiple times.
Yeah.
It becomes a volume game, like I said.
Yeah.
Like if you say that same, it's almost like I've been switching my clients over now to like saying like 75%, make it about you, your personality, who you are, like the pillars basically. Like if you're a fitness guy, stuff like that. And 25%, like what you do business wise. Yeah. Because everyone like does business. Everyone talks, hacks, credits, stuff like that. Yeah. But people buy into people. So like if you can say things like a different way from a different light, for example, you have a girlfriend, right? Yeah. So people would probably relate more to you than someone like me where I'm a single guy, right? Be like, yo, dude, I understand, man. Being a videographer and being in a relationship is difficult. Where someone like me, I'm a single stud, bro. I'm out there, like, no, I'm just playing. I'm wholesome. But it's different. So like, I had this conversation earlier. I had a middle school friend of mine who reached out recently, and he's like, bro, dude, just want to say that, super proud of you and stuff like that. But he's like, he goes into, he's a sweetheart, but he goes into the fact of like, damn, I just mind blanked really bad. He goes like, he goes into the fact that he's like, dude, I really mind blank. Damn, I'm gonna have to cut this. Fuck, dude, I blanked so badly. He's gonna piss me off. Fuck, dude, I blanked.
All right, but to your point though,
to my point.
To your point about like the content and stuff is like, so I think you're right. Like what I would say, to add on to your point, I would be like, I would pick the same thing, right? I would pick content over Super Bowl ad because you can create different variations and it's more targeted. Like, if you have a Super Bowl ad and you have 10 million viewers, how many of those are actually going to convert? Like, how many Doritos chips dope ass commercials we've seen on Super Bowl, but that didn't make me buy a fucking Dorito bag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
no, absolutely.
So I think with content and ads, you can target exactly like what their interests are. So I think you have a better rate of like conversion there.
Have you ever had to make like woke, like
Or like a woke what ad?
like yeah?
No. What's like a woke ad though?
You know how like Bud Light did that weird thing?
Oh, with the no. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but nah, never. No one asked for a woke
I
ad.
haven't. Yeah, I haven't like touched base on that either. I see it in the space. I'm just like, yo, all right.
Nah. Oh, you mean like for example, like when Pepsi did like the Kendall Jenner protest?
Yeah,
Okay. Nah, I never did that.
I haven't done anything like that either, but I was wondering because like yo, sometimes you were when I first started out doing content, I started like figuring out like, oh, what can I do? What do I feel comfortable with? What do I don't?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'll be fine with that, no problem. But I've never done it. Like tailored a story behind it. Like I wouldn't relate.
Yeah.
You know,
because it's all based on emotion. Like
It
all
is.
ads are based on emotion. That's you gotta trigger like the audience's pain point, what they want, the reason why they want to buy whatever it is you're selling.
Yeah.
So it's all telling a story based on emotion. So
what's your favorite type of client?
that leaves me the fuck alone. That lets me do my job.
Yeah.
That's my favorite one. But nah, like I really, really thoroughly enjoy people I can learn from. And that's like a broad thing, but like whether it's credit, whether it's stocks, whether it's just business overall, people that I can like just learn, and that's usually the type of people I like. Those are the type of people that I work with long term.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like people that are trying to build shit.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah. If you could, if I could give you like $5 million, all right, and you can invest it into basically the next like 4 or 5 months, all right, where would you invest it?
it could be anything.
Yeah.
5 million, invest 4 or 5 months. I don't know, bro. That's a good the safe bet would be like real estate or some shit. But that's not what I would want to do.
Yeah.
What I would want to do is like,
Because you're like, if you're like me, you'll probably invest in yourself.
yeah, build like a media team.
Yeah.
That's riskier though, but that's what I would want to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would want to do. Because I feel like, so this is my thing with a lot of entrepreneurs. I feel like, and this is just like the state of like video and content period. I feel like in the very, 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 very near future, everyone is going to need a mini media team.
Oh, I agree.
Everyone's going to need 3 to 5 people, whether it's shooters or editors or whatever, but they're going to need that for like the way the world's going with like phones and content.
Do you think it's better in-house media or contract, outside work?
Doesn't really matter. They just got to know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, so like in-house would be what everyone prefers. That way they can, you know, like pimp them out and do what the fuck they want. But if they don't have the expertise, which you only really get by being, out, you know, by working with multiple different clients, I think it's useless. Because people try to do that to me now. Like some of my clients have in-house videographers that are like their full-time guys, but they bring me along because those guys just don't really know what they're doing.
Because they don't add, because they're just shooters. Like,
exactly. They're just shooters. That's exactly it. They're just shooters. So,
and that's the biggest thing that you train on right now too. Like getting out of the habit of, hey, listen, you can be more than just a videographer.
No, you need to be more.
Like, yeah.
Like shit's about to get rough for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So what is like your favorite thing about like this field?
I really like the diversibility of just being able to literally hop into a new world like the next day. I think that's really what really got me going. The first day I was working with credit repair clients. The next I was on a yacht doing some random shit. The day after that I was in a nightclub, and I was like, dude, every day was new. So I was learning. You have to stay sharp in our game, but you also have to like have a personality.
You gotta know how to talk to people.
It really comes down to communication. Because I would meet a lot of videographers that just
they're awkward.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, because I come from MLM. I used to do like a lot of like pyramid schemes. So,
Okay.
like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
what's
like,
up with that world? Is it still like strong?
Nah, man. I feel like people caught on.
Caught on.
You know. But like, yo, I was like 19, bro. Like,
hey,
you know, you need to learn how to do communication and business. Like, where else are you gonna learn? You know.
There is like a benefit to doing that stuff. Like even back when it was like popping, I would see like guys they would really move around because of that shit. So I get it.
Most of those guys, the thing is like there's either ones that completely fell off because their tree fell off.
Yeah.
Or like they just pivoted.
Yeah,
like, to another
a lot
business.
of these pivoted.
A lot of them pivot. And a lot of people hire, like I would hire somebody from MLM. Why? They're great at communication. Like they can sell anything, even if they don't believe in the product. Like, which is crazy because it's just like, yo, like you need.
You gotta learn how to sell though, bro. That's a real valuable skill.
Bro, they're so good at it, man. Bro, they could literally send you. You could literally have no paper and sell you like the whole pen thing. Like,
I know a lot of guys who like pivoted, who now like own like marketing agencies, digital marketing agencies. Some of them are into crypto now. They kind of, and they're still doing it. Hey, respect to them, you know.
I think as a videographer, that needs to be a training. Like if like more than anything, intercommunicational skills. Yeah, if that could be something like, I don't want to say it needs to be part of your personality, but if you want to be successful in this industry, you definitely need to know how to talk to people.
Yeah, I feel like videographers, like, especially like the old school guys who like went to Full Sail and went to all these academies and shit. They're introverts by nature.
They're weird.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be rude either, because I met a couple. I met this guy. He's about 55 years old. He's worked with Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
He's worked with a bunch of like movies and stuff like that, the news, Channel 7, all of them. And bro, like he's awkward.
Because they're usually, yeah.
Now he's a sweet guy, man. Like,
yeah, he's just missing that skill. Yeah, so I think like the new age videographer has to like, the new guys nowadays have to like, you have to be personable. You have to know how to talk to people. You have to have confidence too. Like a lot of guys are scared to talk about money or just talk about payment or invoicing, and they're the ones who get screwed over.
So like, what would you tell a kid? You know, kid like robbed his mom, took her credit card, all right? You know, went buy the camera. Like, what's the first thing this kid needs to learn? You know,
I'll tell him go out there and shoot, because I feel like to land a client, you just need proof of concept, right? So if you, let's say you wanna land a local business for like some product photography. You either have the option of going up to them and offering it to them for free, or you can just do it for free for yourself. Like have your own sneaker or whatever and just practice and get it to where it needs to go. And then when you approach them, now you can show them like, look, this is what I've done. And they're more likely to hire you as opposed to you just not having shit. You're trying to pitch them and they're like, get the fuck out of here. So what I tell everyone is like, whatever you want to work at, go out and do it first. Like, and do it for yourself. Like, don't do it for free. Do it for yourself. If you want to do ads, shoot your own ad. You want to do personal branding content, do it yourself. You want to do fucking whatever, model shit, do it yourself and then practice. That way you're not spending, that way you're not giving someone free labor.
yeah.
And then once you kind of nail it, then you can go pitch it to someone else.
And when should they pivot? Like, when's a point when you need to hire an editor, and then I guess be more of the
business side?
Business side.
It depends what kind of editor you want, though. Like, do you want just someone like, and it depends the type of video you do, right? So if you want to do like, if you want a full-time editor, you're probably going to have to pay him between $2,000 to $3,000 a month. So you shouldn't be paying anyone that unless you're making upwards of $10,000 a month, because anything under that, you're just, you're fucking yourself, right? So once you make upward $10,000 a month, whatever, you can hire someone to do that if you have a shit ton of clients coming in.
Yeah.
But if you don't have any clients, don't even hire an editor, like, because like clients or money, cash flow is like what is the gasoline to the business, what keeps the business running. So if you don't have a shit ton of cash coming in, revenue coming in, you shouldn't even hire that. So like, but once you offload the editing, hire the editor, then all your time is freed up to go get more clients.
Now, the editors, would you hire in state or outside?
It depends for what it is. I mean, like, I hire, like, my team is like mixed. But like a lot of my guys, when I first started, a lot of my guys were out of country.
Yeah.
I just had to train them though. Like I had to like sit with them, get on calls with them. Like,
I love that, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then they think like you.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of the guys are smart. They're not dumb guys.
No, they're smart as fuck, man.
Yeah. So you just gotta have patience for that. But
yeah, I prefer that, bro. I prefer hiring out than hiring in state, bro. Yeah. It's like we call them greenbacks when you're recruiters. I used to be a recruiter.
Okay.
So like greenbacks is basically somebody that doesn't have any job skill set or whatnot. So then you can build on top of it.
Yeah.
But if they have like a history of like, job after job after job, then it's like they have certain habits that are built into them.
Yep.
And I hate that. It's almost like when you hire videographers, like I have to like reteach them how to shoot. But if I have somebody with a brand new camera, I can teach them little by little.
And they don't have an ego.
Yeah. That's real, dude. Our space really has that.
Yeah.
Ego's huge. Like,
Yeah.
like it blocks blessings too, bro. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. So I had a call the other day with a videographer. He wanted to join my mentorship, and he's just hilarious, bro. He was like, he called me money hungry. He was like, I get it, bro. Like, you're all about the money, da da da. But in the same conversation, so he called me money hungry, right? But then in the same conversation, he told me he wanted to make more money because he was charging $300 for a music video. But then he told me he didn't care about making more money because he was in it for the art. But then he told me he was tired of having guns waved in his face from all the music videos he was shooting. So I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, I'm like, dude, drop your, like, I mean, he didn't eventually end up joining the program, but
$300 for a video.
But it's like, bro, you have an ego for what though? Like, where's all this coming from? Like, you know, a lot of, you know,
Bro, you can only have an ego if you're boss as fuck. Like,
even then, no, bro, there's always someone doing better than you.
100%. Like 100%. I get that.
So
I think it just comes down like you could be. I tell it comes down. It's like you could be a amazing videographer, but if your deliverables are shitty, you're a shitty videographer.
Yeah. Or if you don't have good customer service, they're not gonna want to fuck with you, no matter how good you are.
If I call your past clients and they say shit about you, then yeah, you're shit, bro. I'm sorry. It's the worst thing to hear too, but it's like, yo, it's the truth. Like,
yeah, and I think what a lot of people don't, because I get a lot of videographers that approach me all the time, and they're like, they want to charge more, and some of them do get a little money hungry and they want to charge high, but I'm like, dude, the higher you charge, the better your communication has to be, and the more you got to deliver results.
Absolutely.
Like, after a certain point, like they're gonna be on your ass if you want to charge $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 for whatever, you know, like, and they don't get that. They just want, you know, because videographers are so used to getting fucked over. It's like they become the opposite now. They just want, like, they want to go high. They want to charge super high.
Yeah, they charge high, but they don't understand the business still.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
Yeah, because they're still like, yeah, still feeling it, you know?
Yeah.
I get it, man. Yeah. But I'm going to wrap this up, man. You know, it was a pleasure having you, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yo, and also it was a great chance to get to know you, too.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, this is our first time meeting. Not met him at all, all right? No, it was a great conversation, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Good shit.